We're good. Wait, I don't have them both going today. Although I should maybe. Depends on what. No, it doesn't matter. It's fine. We'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. We'll do it live. Play on, Cowboys. Play on.
So, where we last left off.
Everybody dead.
You guys had.
You're right.
Had retrieved a shard.
I don't want to put this on everyone else. This was Gray. No one else was responsible for this.
It's a group storytelling game, so the group's told this story, and you all have to live with it.
Where we go one, we go all.
Okay, all right. I mean, our fans are gonna love it, but
Big Q gang.
Just in case.
Yeah, I'll bleep that part out. Of all the things we've ever said in this,
I mean, listen, there are very good things.
We've said far worse and impeachable things.
If I've learned anything from watching this latest presidency, impeachment means nothing. I'm fine.
Great. Jokes aside, America's the greatest country on earth and has done no wrong. Don't leave us, fans.
This episode is sponsored by Squarespace.
And BetterHelp, where your most intimate secrets can be prone to cyber attack and just general mismanagement.
And I've heard His is a good new sponsor as well.
His?
Or for him, what is the new Hims?
Hims?
Yeah, they make mints that are very cleverly named, and I forget what they are, but it's hilarious.
And also generic Viagra?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, they're called hard mints.
Wow.
And it's so good. It's Viagra in mint form.
Wow.
Oh, I mean, you're gonna want clean breath.
Especially if you're popping like 6 of those.
I mean, it's so
I
good.
want it to taste nice.
Hilarious. Sorry. Anyways, back to the story.
Yeah.
Where we last left, and chili's ready. Where we last left off, you guys had ventured into the contaminated zone that the Modrons had been keeping in check. You searched from above and below to find the location, the resting location of this strange artifact of some entity named the Dark Star Prince. And these fragments, this artifact that you found and retrieved, were referred to by the Modrons as a shard of the madness of the Dark Star Prince. Gray heroically retrieved the artifact, struggling through the maddening pain of its waves of psychic energy, damage that seemed to cause Gray's thoughts and the perceptions to just like echo within his own skull over and over again, interminably, driving him more and more insane with the pain of it, making even like hearing other people speak more and more difficult as the noise of his own mind drowns out his environment. But pushing all that aside, he managed to fly back to Shippy and met up with the crew, bringing the artifact aboard the vessel. You guys were then all assaulted by some amount of this horrifying psychic presence emanating from this artifact, causing your own minds to become echo chambers, relentlessly and chaotically reflecting the noise of your own thoughts, every perception, every response, infinitely back in on itself, trapping yourself with the chaotic noise of your own mind. And for those of you maintaining their sanity enough, you might also hear echoes of other people's thoughts, but that might be difficult to identify against the greater just storm of cacophonous noise in your minds. Shippy, also not having a great time, and has respectfully and very loudly, as if also being tormented by the noise in his head, tried to speak over it and to you, requesting that we, hey guys, it seems like you brought some relic aboard that's really causing me some significant pain. If we could get rid of that or do something about that real fast, I'd appreciate it. He is called out in reference to his own discomfort twice now. And as you look around, as all this has been going down on the deck of the ship, you see the convulsing bodies of Ellis.
Oh no,
Timothy,
fuck.
and Jimothy.
That's bad.
What about the not slaves?
Oh shit. I believe they were below decks.
Okay. And Gray had like cast a heal and then went below deck. So it's sitting on the deck of the ship, I believe.
See, we left off with the artifact in Xerox's hands, I believe, who, Xerox, your experience of this has been far different. Your internal thoughts remain your own and are not affected by this reflective pain, this overload. And in fact, it feels like this, kind of like just this muffled sort of, like the sound of like a busy street outside a very quiet cafe. Like you can hear like the noise kind of like muffled by the window and the walls and stuff, but it's not penetrating. You can just kind of hear that there is something out there battering on the walls, but the power of the spell that's currently protecting your mind renders all of that just a light pressure and a murmur at the edges of your mind.
I'm currently able to fly for a little bit. Right. How long is that fly spell going to last on? Who cast the fly spell?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
But
You should be making some concentration checks, I believe.
oh fuck. But I was about to say, I'm fairly certain wait, no. Yeah, you're good. Okay. I can make how much damage have I taken?
Is Ellipses okay?
He's dying.
He's below deck.
Ellipses is also below decks.
Okay.
I've only taken like 20 damage.
So
I've taken damage.
everybody on the ship aside from Xerox is taking damage at this point.
I rolled a
Should I say 26? He said.
So DC 10.
13 plus Constitution, which is 8 to 20 something, 21.
Yeah.
I'm concentrating.
We're headed back towards the Modrons, correct?
That would have been the plan.
I don't know who's steering this ship.
No, they're doing this right now.
I
Can I
will...
get this off the ship?
I have a plan.
What's that?
My scabbard is made of lead.
Mm-hmm.
How big is this shard of madness?
a chunk like this, maybe like the size of like a volleyball, but like a little bit like you remember it has like one side of it and it looks like kind of like the smooth, like, kind of like curved wrinkles of a brain, and there's like these like rocky broken parts where it seems to be like been like broken off of something greater.
I take my sword out of my scabbard and throw it onto Shippy somewhere, and then I run up to Xerox and snag that thing and say, I have a plan! Oh wait, shit. My plan is a bad plan! Fabricate takes 10 minutes to cast.
Oh,
I don't think I
boy.
have 10 minutes.
Oh, we got 10 minutes.
Xerox will.
That's 600 rounds.
Xerox will look at you curiously and take it back and say,
Smart.
"Should I fly ahead to the Modrons, to the shape people, because I don't know what they're called."
That makes more sense. Take it away, it hurts.
Go.
I will fly as quickly as I can in the direction of the Modrons. I
Okay.
don't know if we established what we were going to call them.
Drons.
If I
I
get
don't
them
think
to
I
pull
ever-
shots, maybe get them away from everybody. That's a little bit.
I will aim for. I will not approach them directly. I will land. I will give myself a couple hundred feet between myself and the main encampment, so my companions can go talk to them, sort shit out,
Mhm.
while I'm hanging out with this shard.
Guarding this weird shard.
I'm guarding the shard.
Yeah. You absolutely well played. You lift off from the ship, flying through the air, getting just distance from the ship first before you like turn and like do any particular direction, but eventually head east, back out across this swampland towards the encampment or the place where the Modrons seem to have at least like gathered all their bodies and where the leader unit of them had been located. The rest of you feel an immense wave of relief as the world around you feels just desperately quiet after the noise of that relic's psychic influence is pulled away from you. As it recedes in the distance, you are left with the relative quietude of your own thoughts for a moment, as I think perhaps for just a moment you all just listen and take that quietness in. Seconds, maybe, not a lot of time before you look to each other and decide what to do.
Shippy, are you okay?
Hi. Thanks for getting that away. That was real rough.
Are you hurt?
Yeah.
Real
It
bad?
hurts. It hurts in the place I think, which kind of makes me worried. Because that's where I live.
Yeah.
Shippy, how do we make you better?
Well, let's just start by not bringing that thing around anymore. But beyond that, I don't know. I've never experienced something like that before.
Do you benefit from long rests?
Not in the same sense you do. I don't really sleep or rest or ever really entirely turn off. Even when I was in my reduced state, there was a part of me that was always there, awake and waiting. But I do think in time I might feel better. I am a self-harmonizing interplanar pleasure yacht after all.
True. Well, anyways, you want to fly after that orb?
I sure do, but from a distance, not too close.
Well,
How far away do you need to be, Shippy? Do you know?
It seemed about maybe 60 feet was when it started to get far enough away where it didn't hurt anymore.
Okay.
well, how about I take over and I'll run in and fly.
I'd appreciate that.
Gray's gonna heal himself a little bit down below that guy.
Seems inappropriate, but okay.
8. No, you can do that.
As you're healing yourself, you hear the stomping of. Get too close.
A little too close for Joel's
That was
comfort.
after 19 healing that I gave myself.
Yeah.
That I gave everyone else.
While you are tending to your wounds, Gray, you hear the stomping.
So, come in!
Hey.
Welcome.
Is that a doorbell?
Yeah, let's ring doorbell.
Huh?
So it goes off my phone.
See?
You hear the stomping of Togetops marching to the ship. Togetops have been left, keeping guard over the guests aboard the vessel. Seem to have left them at this point. See him, or it sounds like he's like, you're probably like in like ducked into a little room, maybe a little privacy or something, and it seems like he's like walking up towards the stairs, up towards the deck, perhaps. Mm-hmm.
Anybody that looks like they might not be conscious, I want to cast Spare the Dying on.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody on deck?
The three writhing crew members stop the physical symptoms of their torment and lay still, peacefully.
Alive.
You cast Spare the Dying, and that automatically stabilizes.
Yeah, like if they're unconscious, it's still left.
Yeah. You
Oh, don't leave it up to
you
them.
do have 3 of them to get through, so we'll see. And each that's a round each time.
Oh, don't leave it up to the dice.
So by the time you get to the 3rd one, they're going to be in a bad spot.
Save
So first of
Jimothy
all,
last.
It'll be that's going to be Tomothy
No.
at risk here. You save Ellis and Jimothy,
Yeah.
but Tomothy.
Oh no.
Oh man, Tomothy.
Oh
By
no.
the time you come to Tomothy,
Oh,
you reach out to cast a spell on them.
Don't you do it.
too late.
And they're just peacefully just resting. It seems like they've stabilized themselves.
I love playing Mark.
And the last thing that you notice down below decks, Gray, you open this door and one of the little below decks rooms. There are hundreds and hundreds of dead birds in here.
Gray will stop Toby Todd as he goes up and be like, bad stone. No, go, bad stone. Real bad.
Indeed. Although it has solved one of our problems, we no longer have slaves to watch over.
Not slaves.
No longer. That is true.
Yeah.
Are the drakes alive?
No, they're dead.
I think we confirmed last
We
time
confirmed
they
that
were.
last time they're dead.
No, my pets.
It just means we can get more pets.
The roster is open.
Cats in the rear.
Just gonna be flying along, just shoving things.
Big Boom is sneaking a Modron onto the ship.
Gray's gonna go check on Ellipses, not like open the door, but kind of like look through whatever.
Oh, interesting.
Just make sure he's okay.
Mhm.
It's okay.
You see, you crack open the door to Ellipses' chamber and find Ellipses. You hear like this like low rumble, and you realize that Ellipses is just like sobbing. It's like just quietly, just like trying to hold it in, and like, are you trying to keep your presence hidden?
No, I don't think so. I think he would just been like, check it out. He wouldn't try and be stealthy about it. There's no reason to be.
Ellipses like,
Oh.
don't look at me. I'm not worth your concern.
He okay.
Ignore enormous body mouth, just letting out these enormous little sad cries.
Joe will probably make his way up deck to, follow Dignitas. If he's not feeling the pain anymore.
Yeah. With Beep Boop, we come back onto the deck of the ship to find Beep Boop getting set behind the controls. You see Xerox flying off in the distance towards the Modron encampment with the horrific relic in hand. And you see Quilla over there tending to the crew. They are seemingly alive, given just judging by Quilla's mannerism and the lack of urgency now at this point. And you feel the ship shift in its movement and fly out east after Xerox.
Grateful healing word, Bastard.
Ellis.
Ellis.
So proud of you, Barry.
No sleepy.
See Alice comes to and just, oh, my head. It feels like it's split open. Oh, I don't know if I could sleep even if I wanted to, Gray.
You okay?
She looks over at her companions, looks at Quilla, sees that they're okay, and starts helping you administer to them. Josh, I see you're on Discord and muted. Are you speaking to us or are you not here yet?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yay.
You've been talking the whole time and we've been just ignoring you?
I've just been, that looks like that band was very dramatic for you, so I'm just trying to rally and gather myself. Just interested in hearing the conversations in the background. I'm taking care of dinner with the little one, so hi, baby.
Aww, the baby.
And what's the ETA on Chili?
We got about 15 minutes.
15, okay. So Xerox flies out ahead, reaches touches down just outside the Modron's little encampment and repair center. And should be easily able to keep pace. Should even fly faster than 60 a turn, so but stays assuming Beep Boop wants to, stays a comfortable distance from Xerox and the relic. But you do a little if you want.
I do a barrel roll.
Test Gray's healing.
Just real quick, everybody's just like, ah!
We've established that Shippy has their own gravity.
Yeah, locally, you guys feel the sort of internal twisting is some two senses of gravity and I don't know what's the word, perception, I guess, kind of fight with each other, and your ear is going crazy. But Shippy does a little barrel roll, and you stay feet down on the hole.
Ray's probably been doing this constantly when he's flying. He's chasing the wind. He knows what it's like to be a bird.
Birds love barrel rolls.
Always.
Xerox. Why don't you give me an insight check with advantage.
23.
Nice.
There is in that sort of muted space where you're within your own mind, You felt and sensed as you flew away from the rest of the party that like some amount of and sources of the chaotic noise, as I described, like just outside, like kind of diminished by, pushing, like glass and walls almost, like a noisy street outside your quiet little cafe of your mind. Some of that noise is diminished as you fly away from your party, but not all of it. There is still a pressure as if something is pushing against the walls of that space, against the glass. And you sense almost in your mind as if something is tapping, as if to get your attention. You know or sense that the magic protecting your mind is keeping whatever this is from making itself more directly known to you. But this insight is letting you or giving you this insight into just this sense of just pressure that's pushing in at the edges of your mind. There is something ordered to that chaos, something that's reaching out to you. You chose to recognize it. You might be able to interact with it further.
Xerox is not knowing what she's dealing with. She's going to, she's landed. She's going to take the shard out and inspect it more closely, see if she can see anything happening with it. But she's very hesitant to let anything past this barrier.
This strange artifact that looks like a sort of cold blue marble, but feels warmer. Looking at it, you expect it to be this cold stone, but it feels always somewhere around room temperature. It feels at least in your experience with it. It looks in a weird way. It looks almost like stone ripped out of the earth and broken in parts, but those smooth ridges and stuff in it look like coral or something, some weird growth, something more organic almost. It is strange to behold, as it you can feel as you're just holding and looking at this thing, as if it wants to pull you into it, and at the same time it wants to obliterate you. You can feel this this pulling, this gravity, this pull, at the same time as this psychic energy can still feel numb as it is at thanks to the magic protecting you. Feel that pushing and just blasting out of it at the same time. This is, despite its somewhat mundane appearance, is incredibly powerful, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything physically. There's no living light or organic movement inside it.
I'm going to keep the barrier up for now, and I'm going to keep trying to follow that pattern. I can, that tapping, see if it continues. We don't want to open the door and just tap it.
Out of curiosity, Gray got a real good look at the Nautilus stuff and was holding this thing. Is there any resemblance between the two?
From the Nautilus ships?
Yeah.
Not overtly. There's something similar, I guess, in the sort of naturally or like organically like created like curve to it, but like nothing beyond that.
No like symbols or anything that I can.
Okay.
Is there more coffee? I can serve coffee now. Only coffee with chili or no? Maybe afterwards. Totally
Yeah.
So yeah, Xerox, you carefully handle this thing and keep a very close eye on it and try and stay very aware of it and what it is trying to do, or whatever it is that tapping. And you see Shippy glide into a landing nearby. Seems like a decent place to pause for food and stuff. Everybody is not dying at this moment.
Well,
There's a lot of dead on board.
A lot of dead birds.
Does anybody have a shovel?
No ladder. Got it. You up. Thank you. It's so good. Doesn't matter. It'll work. It's fine. It's fine.
I had to give myself one some game when I think I tried to give Doug a high five, and he was looking the other way, and eventually it's like, alright. I couldn't let it go, but
Nope.
he felt very sad.
So we resume with Xerox carefully holding and observing the strange artifact, and the rest of you aboard Shippy, having just set down by the Modrons again. Your mind still blissfully clear of the pain that you were recently afflicted with. What you would like to do is up to you. All of you guys aboard Shippy have just landed nearby. You see Xerox off in the distance.
Was it Xerox going to the Modrons?
Nope.
He was going far enough away from them that he's not making their heads hurt too.
Yeah, he doesn't want their heads to explode.
Like off.
I have no idea whether or not it would affect them. So, to be safe, just on my own with the artifact.
Has 10 minutes passed?
Hopefully.
Slash,
no
can I
sloths
and Jared
on
still
top of
fly?
you.
What's that?
Hopefully no sloths on top of
No, if you guys are going like full speed, you guys make it back before the flight ended.
So I can still
probably
fly.
like a minute or two before it, or maybe like a minute two, or two
Okay.
before it runs out.
I'm gonna fly up and make sure that like no creatures from the depths of hell are following us.
Mhm. Flying up into the air, you see that there is, and has been indeed, since your earlier very intentional effort to draw all their attention, numbers of these, dozens of these creatures have been following the ship as it's been like flying out. You've seen, in fact, as you were flying towards the Modrons, you've seen more and more of the Modrons like gathering in response to this movement of these creatures, preparing to try and hold them back as they rush toward the edge of their circle.
Hey everybody, we're gonna have company. How long does it seem like we might have until they're here?
You guys were able to, flying at like full speed, dashing and stuff. You were outpacing these creatures, so you probably have, I'd say, like if they keep following you, now that you're out of sight potentially, probably have like a minute before like they're all at the edge of the circle.
You all go be, sociable, and I'm gonna fly Shippy up enough and get Ellis and whoever else wants to be on a gun to like in a good range to start making some shots.
What is it? What is the layout of this place like, Mark? So we're on like one little. There's the camp, and then we're on Shippy, and then there are the sod over here. About how wide is the camp?
So this little like camp is this little informal camp because these creatures don't seem to like. It's not like they have like tents or anything. It's like the area around you, around this like corrupted like swampy badlands is this. You're still in the like mountainous pass with Cragstone, so it's very like rocky and craggy and barren out here with little bits of vegetation trying to cling to the earth where it can, but very little. So there's outside the despoiled area, there's maybe like 100-ish feet between where the edge of that is and this gathering of these modrons, where like all the bodies of dead modrons have been laid in piles that are now being reused. That's all like 100 feet away from the edge of the despoiled area. And that camp is not very large because it doesn't really serve a purpose aside from being an assembly or reassembly area.
And is there like is it like sort of rocky and mountainous on either side of us? Like
Yeah,
if
I
we
mean,
put up
it's-
a wall, would it like block entrance to the camp?
I see. The camp, I don't think your wall would be able to cover the entire like valley pass or whatever it is like between these mountains where there's huge amounts of like rubble that's like kind of created a more or less level or round area. So no, I don't think you could like bottle it up entirely. You could potentially, the camp or like the pile of modrons and the gathered modrons here, you might be able to put it all in a circle and like close yourselves in it.
Okay.
Maybe it's like one little entrance and exit
Mm-hmm.
to protect us from one access point.
I'll hold off because it is time limited, so I'll wait until those guys are just about upon us, and then I'll close us off.
I had one other question. Has it been an hour since I cast tongues and we started talking to Rufus?
I don't think so. No, I think you probably have like at least like half an hour left on that. You guys talked for a while and then chased after Gray. Too long.
Gray didn't like
Once
15 minutes to talk.
Once I realize that we're heading back towards the modrons, I will send a message to Rufus and say, basically telling him we're coming back and there are squad should prepare himself for an onslaught.
That we've removed the shard?
Yeah.
Are they no longer coming up in the area that the shard was retrieved from?
Hard tells you've like made a quick exit from that space. You have to kind of double back and look.
Alright, great jump off the
Back out there. Yeah, so it sounded like is anybody up on the ship because the party is separated now. Some of you on the ship and some of you on the by Modrons and Xerox off by themselves.
Hey Evan, what's your Wi-Fi?
It is Russian Snackers. Make sure it says go out on the screen.
I'll cut it out.
It's beep, beep. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. QW. ER. 2 off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Most
6.
of you are past it.
QW
Fun.
R.
Unsnackable.
TY?
It's, yeah.
Any caps?
Nope. That'd be way too difficult.
It's okay, we didn't give him your address.
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys have a little while before these creatures reach the edge of the space. Is there anything else you'd like to prepare or do? And also, if you want to, just like put your minis on the ship if you're on the ship, and put them on the table if you're not.
Jared, put my mini on the ship, please.
There.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool, we'll go down and talk to the Lord.
Yeah, go talk to the mode.
Yeah.
Hey, Bo. No, who are you?
It's Quilla, but she's not very exact.
Hey, Quilla. So adorable. So pretty. Very well done. Better than I ever done.
Zero the fancy wizard.
I'm assuming that you're with Quilla talking to Modrons.
Very practical.
So I was gonna make sure they don't come into close. I will go down with Quilla once the horde gets up and I put up the wall.
Beep Boop is taking the ship up and away.
I'm taking it up and away.
Oh, okay. Then I'll go down with Quilla.
I'm getting it ready to start shooting some badness.
I think Ray's gonna start taking pot shots off the top.
Fire at will.
Yeah.
What did he ever do?
I'll go tell the guy we've got the shard, and I'll point to Xerox. He has it over there. Do you know how to destroy it? Or I think he told us he doesn't. That's
It
his
emits,
mission.
it emits a great amount of psychic pain.
We, good old upsets this unit does not know how this may be destroyed.
Okay.
Cool. Sarah says cool.
Cool. I see that.
The strike team that we were expecting were to deal with the relic.
Did you find this?
Are you the strike team?
Maybe.
We're trying to determine that.
It says
You're
that
a
you
strike
have
team.
taken the relic. It is beyond the containment. Yes? It looks over at Xerox.
How far away is Xerox?
It said not that far.
Not that far. It's not beyond containment yet.
The relic is beyond containment. Are you the strike team?
Yes.
Give me a deception roll.
Alright. What are you to give her?
Yeah, okay.
Johan, where are you?
We're here to contain it.
I'm here. Johan is with Quilla.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I will see that we need to make a stand here. We're here to contain it.
Give me an intelligence check, Will.
Okay.
Yeah. Not fair, Mark. This is a 6 perception.
Okay.
It's just a straight intelligence?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Oh, that wasn't terrible.
Or insight.
7. Oh, yeah. Insight? I think insight. That's 24.
24.
Get him.
You saying that you were here to contain this is not directly answering this creature's query, and it disregards your response entirely as being unrelated to what it's asking. It asks again, are you the strike team? You can give Nazira advantage on the roll.
Yes. We are the strike team. We are striking the shard. We're a strike team. We're the strike team. Stop. Oh, wait, with advantage.
That was the advantage. Your first
Oh.
roll is 6. That's a
Oh,
shoot.
I applaud the effort, though.
Yeah.
You can see the creature like spins around and like it spins like two sides around and looks at you with a different eye. It's like kind of like cocked, and it says, "Cannot take the relic. It must be contained until the strike team arrives. Release it. Return it now."
Oh fuck.
Uh-oh. I don't have it.
It looks over to Xerox, and you see some of the Modrons around this one beginning to move in Xerox's direction.
Wait, we're going to deal with the shard. The strike team is taking too long. We can do it. We are on the strike team.
The strike team. The strike team is not coming.
Then we will contain.
You can't contain. Your mission is a failure.
It spins again, looks at you with a different eye. Its arms look distraught as they like flail around for a moment. Like two of the arms were like still holding like parts of Modrons. It was like busy assembling, it just drops them.
But we are an unknown variable. And we can make the mission succeed. And you can return to Mechanus.
Now the rumble of these creatures, these toad and lizard creatures, like rushing toward your direction from the
Force wall.
You see them like, what's the distance on that?
Let's see.
Occasionally arrows sink into them as they fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Just scroll down. Where is
So
it?
if I'm seeing this, I would probably throw the pack or something like that.
120 feet is its range.
Okay. So you see, you like look over as you like are trying to interrogate this and convince this creature to see reason. You hear the approach of these monsters, and you see from the ship start sailing ballistic shots, whistling through the air at them, like stabbing them. It's again like almost like spear length bolts that are like slamming through them, like piercing, like anchoring them to the ground as they like writhe and crawl around these like horrific monsters. And as they like begin to approach, as this Modron that you're talking to is like stuck, as it like spins around again and like looks at you with like a fourth eye. And Xerox, you see now like Beep Boop and the ship and Gray and the crew like up above you, firing down at the approaching monsters. You see these like Modrons that were like coming around and like peppering the slog with their arrows and stuff, and, like attacking them when they get close to the ground. Some of those like turn and now are like rushing towards you in a very aggressive manner. You like quickly stow the thing, like get ready for who knows what the fuck to go down. Hell yeah. Give me a.
No, because Mechanus is far away.
Give me an intelligence roll. You can add your no additions to it. It's gonna be just your that and your modifier.
Yes.
That's going to set the DC for an intel save for this creature to try and like break its programming or
It could work.
see something in a new way.
Okay.
So again, you set the DC for this creature.
Wait, so does that mean I want it to roll high or roll low?
Yeah, so you want to roll high and set the DC high, because it's like, it's basically
Okay.
like, it's what
If
it's
it's
trying to do.
programming,
Yeah.
it overtakes it
Yeah,
and breaks
so,
the DC.
yeah.
Okay. 18?
18.
The gods foreseen this moment.
No, because I spent that all on Gray.
Gray's grateful.
18 is
very clutch.
God wills it.
This little guy, not originally a leadership unit, not the highest intelligence.
Give it to me.
I guess what we actually want is for him to fail. Is that right? Yeah. So he has a +3 only to this. So he needs a 15 to maintain his programming.
I like those odds.
That's a 6. Like, twitches, spins around to another eye to look at you again. It's like the original one. You can see like its arms just kind of go like limp to its side. Acceptable parameters for our mission. Not to be complete, but to be aborted. It's not relevant. Take and contain. It looks back at the like pile of body parts of all of its fallen comrades over the like who knows how many centuries of this effort. This unit will return.
Gray's been grabbing fireflies and shooting arrows down, telling Ellis like, follow light. And as he reaches,
putting the fireflies on the arrows.
Yeah,
like
rotates one of these times he reaches into his bag and it says, "Bag, hold bag, hold bag, shorten bag."
Yeah. Which one though?
You shot it in your bag.
Big hold bag, shorten big hold bag.
I don't. It might work.
He goes back to shooting tracers.
Yeah. Like carefully, like aiming so quickly and nimbly tying the fireflies to the arrows and firing them off. The poor little bugs like burn out, like are torn apart by the friction of the air, like but they leave this like streak as their illumination is burnt out, like torn apart.
Well, you're in charge of flying while I have to go then.
I see her.
Great. Try to find a way down to ground level.
You're not flying?
I think it's been over a minute. I would say that I don't have fly anymore.
As you run.
Yeah, it was like a minute before those creatures got to you, so if you're in fighting them now, you probably have flying.
As you run past, I say, "You fly!" And I turn you into a giant eagle. I fly. We fly.
Wait. Eagles are smart. Great.
You got an 8 intelligence, I think?
Smarter than Gray.
Yeah.
I fly towards Xerox.
Yeah.
I wonder if the stone will just summon sloths into your bag of holding.
That's what you don't like. Bag of sloth.
Just pull them out of your that's a great food source for you picking whatever.
No.
I feel funny. Yeah, so you begin, you leap off of the ship in bird form and fly, gliding and just like, flying down, like gliding to a quick halt in front of Xerox, who's not terribly far away from you. I think your approach will hit you with one wave of this psychic energy as you approach Xerox before you can do anything further.
Oh.
Don't get to roll the
Yep.
eagle stat.
What am I saving with?
It's an intelligence saving throw.
That's
Wait, it's an intelligence
then you
saving
use your
throw?
own. Yeah.
It is.
What?
I think so, right?
Well, that's
No,
never
I'm a
was
polymorph.
Pretty sure it was.
Because I would have been in a lot better shape.
Were you? Yeah, it was always intelligence saving throw.
Target game statistics include mental ability scores are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast.
Yep. That's gonna be an 8.
That is a failure, so you'll take full damage from this thing, which will just be a 17 psychic damage.
I'm still an eagle.
Oh, look at you.
Look at me.
You floated to a stop right in front of Xerox. Just packed away the relic.
Do I get to drop my own eagle form? Or does Gray have to do it?
Yeah, it's something you willingly allowed, so I would say.
Yeah. Or I could see land and remove it.
Okay. Perfect. You still got that shard.
No, I left it.
Where?
Rolls her eyes.
Gray has a plan. Give it to me.
Are you sure?
No.
Gray's with you.
We're gonna put it in the bag of
Gray's on
holding.
ship. He's doing ship right now.
Okay.
Oh.
No time to think about it, so I hand the shard to.
Wait, what? Don't take it back.
I put it in my pouch on the front of my sweater, which is my bag of holding.
Is it big enough to fit it? Like it's like a volleyball? I don't know the constraints of your bag.
I mean, DM's discretion, but it's a normal. I'm gonna count this as a normal bag of holding. When I created the sweater, I put the bag of holding in it like a hoodie sweater, so I had my pouch there,
Love it.
so I wouldn't have to carry it.
Yeah, cool. Then I would say it would totally be able to fit it.
Sweet. If not, I can use my reduce spell to make it smaller before I put it
Can you
in.
though? You're sure?
I sure as hell can try.
Yeah, you slip it into the hoodie pouch, and there is a as you like flew into the chaotic like wall of psychic energy, and like the maddening like echoing like immediately like hits back into full effect, and you're like yelling at Xerox, and Xerox like rolling their eyes at you, and you like as soon as you put it into the hoodie pocket, silence. Only the company of your own thoughts.
Good, thank you. Good, thank you.
Definitely my idea.
Gray's already forgot it. He's just like.
You see the shit little barrel.
Great thought.
It works. It couldn't have been Gray's idea. Just kidding.
Gray doesn't know object permanence.
And with that, and like as that's happening, you place it inside your hoodie. The force of that psychic energy is diminished and just disappears suddenly. You, as your mind returns to a normal quietude, you look back and hear the sound of heavy, meaty bodies slamming like at full tilt into a wall, and then just like their comrades behind them slamming into them. So it's just this like meat grinder as like dozens of these sloths are like charging towards your direction, and just like slam into the force wall and the Zero just creates in front of between you and them. And at the same time, the Modrons now return their focus to these creatures, and between them and the ballista firing from Shippy, you guys, with their aid, are easily able to destroy these creatures as they're trying to just like charge mindlessly out. You see that also there's some amount of their ferocity was diminished as you took that relic out of this plane's existence. Some of the madness that seemed to fuel them quieting as well. And in that moment of perhaps like confusion they were experiencing, it was even all the easier to bring them down.
Whew.
Well, guess that's over.
Is it?
There's more shards, aren't there? I mean, they're still coming up from the ground.
No, it was all reunited in one.
Gotcha.
When they were separated, they were fading, and the Modrons were like, "We can't have this. We need to keep it
mission.
running
Yeah.
until the strike team comes." And so they reunited them.
At great cost to themselves.
Yep.
They're actually losing far fewer. Remember, it was just the most of the pile was that effort.
In Xerox's, Beep Boop hides this relic away. You hear one last just tapping. Something trying to get your attention. And that too goes away.
So, I've heard the name the Dark Star Prince, correct? At this point?
Yes, Paul.
Okay. So, we need to get more information on this Dark Star Prince. I think he's trying to. I think they might be trying to get my attention.
What? Why?
Well, when I was sitting here with the shard, I couldn't feel any of the chaos that you all were feeling.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That's you?
I assumed so.
Well, my greatest thanks.
Is that because of Mind Blank, or is that just because Xerox is really cool?
Oh yeah,
Mind
he
Blank.
from the magic for sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
I take credit for everything.
People becomes very arrogant.
I heard it seems like something in the shard is trying to get my attention. Through all that chaos, I heard I could make out kind of a rhythmic attempt to
you-
make contact.
And you didn't talk to it?
I don't know how without letting down its.
You're a better person than I.
Well, I'm alive.
Aren't we all?
I think we should convene with the others before we decide to commune with it.
Smart ones will know what to do.
Yeah. Agreed. The smart ones will know what to do.
Man, I'm glad they're back.
Eat it!
Well, to the group?
Yeah. I think we should make our way back there.
Gray, bring the ship closer!
He brings it down to guys as they show up.
Yeah.
What was that?
I like wave at the ship to come over to us.
I would like to ask, Rudolph? What did my name is?
Rufus!
Do you have anything that resounds with the plane of Mechanus? And I'll show him, like, you know, my Bellstone and my Feywild stuff.
This unit, we possess no such thing.
That's unfortunate.
Arts.
No, those don't. Those. It has to be like a specific material.
Okay.
That is.
Yeah.
I mean, like you can't interchange human hand for Bellstone. Yeah.
It's not like
Teleportation.
teleportation, but it helps you get closer if you guys come.
And I can send you home.
It looks, it like spins and looks at you with a new, fresh eye. It says, mission no longer active. These units will all return.
The barrier between worlds won't separate you.
It like pauses for a moment and it says, it is effort to maintain here.
Interesting.
Returning will be like falling.
You don't want to Explore the new horizons of your mind.
Hey, this one will receive a new designation, a new purpose, a new mission. That is the way.
Of course. Did you find the core of the previous leaders?
Negative.
Or the scout? The core of the scout that you sent the little one to look for?
No, it was not able to find. Do you require any more assistance to contain and destroy?
I'll send a message to our friends.
Do you know how to destroy? I think you already
No.
answered that. It's contained.
Well, I mean, we don't know that until we get
Oh, I
here.
thought they were here. Anything else? Were there other groups on the ship like me?
You see like a motor on off to the side, just like crunch and fold in on itself until there's nothing left, just like folds and folds and folds until it's gone.
If I touch you, will you take me with you?
I pulled back.
You will be remade, given a new purpose.
I shall stay. One day, though.
Thank you for keeping our world safe for so long.
The mission was not a success.
But it wasn't an outright failure.
Yes. Goodbye. And this one like all like others like this one with like 5 arms, like all like kind of like come in like a ballerina doing a little thing on the head. And like all 5 arms like come to the point and then they just like slide in through the top and the whole thing just like folds in and around itself until it's just gone. Folded into some extra dimensional space or something it looks like.
That was new. Or very
Do the
old.
bodies
The
also?
dead bodies remain.
I want to loot through the dead bodies and see if there's anything interesting in here.
Yeah. Yeah. You see that one by one these creatures disappear out of this space in what looks like a impossibly painful process, but they don't appear to be screaming or anything while they do it, if that's even how they would express pain. One by one, they fold into themselves and are gone. And you are left here in a place that hopefully in time will heal itself of this contamination of chaotic or horrible energy or whatever this place is affected, or whatever effect the relic has had on this place. But you are left with a large pile of monstrous bodies and a large pile of strange mechanical bodies.
Should throw the bird bodies on top of it.
Start shuffling the birds.
Into the swamp.
Some archaeologists and they're just like,
Birds and robots had a fight with some lizard frog creatures?
Ray, you're flying right now?
Yeah.
Do you fly down and you're flying down to go meet up with the rest of the group?
Yeah, and so you wake me down.
As you're bringing Shippy down, Shippy says, "Hi there, Gray. You're doing a great job flying.
Thanks, Shippy.
So it's been really noisy there for a little while, and I got very distracted, and I think I almost died. I'm feeling a little better now.
Good. I better too.
That's great to hear. I would hate for any more of my crew to die today. Actually, were those people below decks part of the crew?
Not slaves.
But were they crew though?
kinda crew?
I feel kind of bad then. That's a shame. All right. Well, I am feeling a little bit better, and you told me to let you all know if the source of Zephyr changed again, and I am happy to report it has. It's moving in a new direction. It's going up now.
Oh.
Huh.
Get on the ship. Get on the ship. Get on the ship.
Thanks, Chippy.
You got it. I'll let you know if that changes.
Yeah, great. We'll go to pick everyone else up, and then we'll relay. Zephyr go up.
What? Oh.
Chippy said Zephyr up. Zephyr up.
Like,
Is there anything else we need to do with the
sky?
stone?
What did happen to it?
What stone?
We have
The
it.
shard?
It's in my pocket.
Like your...
An extra dimensional pocket.
Yes.
Alright.
Was there anything in the pocket with it?
Yes. There
It might be
are several
corrupted by
things in
chaos.
there. Nothing alive in the pocket.
Might be
Mostly,
corrupted by chaos.
well, the Panopticon Atlas. Would I put that back on Chippy?
Oh yeah, I think
I
we
hope
said
so.
that was
That
Well-
was Dr. Shippy.
Well, we took it at some point away from Chippy, and then I think we gave it back.
Yeah, we took it to mark where the 5 points were, and then we put it back on Chippy, and then Chippy.
Great.
navigated
So
us.
that's not in there.
Yeah.
I can take that out of my pocket now. And just some stones.
Well, it sounds like we need to move quickly. So we can go. We probably do need to do more with the shard sometime.
We do. But we also need to fuel this thing.
Yeah.
Gray needs sleep. Gray tired.
Chippy, how fast can we get to the Zephyr?
Assuming it doesn't accelerate any further or faster, I think we could catch up in a day or so.
Can you make that faster?
Well, it burned through our remaining reserves of Zephyr faster, but I sure can.
Whew.
Is that a good idea? I mean, I guess it's all or nothing.
Yeah, but if we lose track of this Zephyr,
Yeah.
then we're fucked.
Definitely fucked. Okay.
So far, it has not changed direction and it's just going up. How weird is that?
Can you detect the magic real quick?
Yeah.
On the body
Great.
of the
Are you flying,
overweight.
or am I?
Yeah.
Gray is currently flying.
Who's gonna fly the remainder of this journey?
Gray needs sleep.
I got it.
Gray, try something. Before he gives up the controls. No. I know that something really bad happens. Gray is going to cast Detect Poison and Disease on himself. And he will be able to detect poison and disease within 30 feet of you. Because he wants to make sure this isn't imminent rot or imminent rot related. And he is going to retake control of Shippy and see if that ability transfers.
Oh, if you can like sense, detect poison through ship.
Yeah, to see if I could like
okay.
check the entire ship
Yeah.
to sense it. If not, he could just wander around.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you cast the spell on yourself, or you cast it and like first like examine yourself and stuff, and you don't detect any sign of disease or rot, despite that hint of similarity between that, like especially that first exposure to this relic that you had with the sense of this like alien otherness that was similar to the rot. You start looking around and you don't sense innately a way to like just use that, like broadcast that magic through Shippy. And if you ask or like try about that, Shippy would probably say something like, "Hi there, looks like you're trying to check in on the health or the crew of the health of the crew." There we go. The crew of the health. The health of the crew. I can't help you out with that right now, but if we did integrate my systems and upgrade or spend the Bellstone to integrate my systems with the med bay, I certainly could help out with that.
This free. He lets go of the controls and like walks off, and for the next 10 minutes kind of scours the ships to see if there's any poison or disease
Yeah.
around.
You read me what exactly that will catch.
For the duration, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Oh, wood or dirt. Nice. All right. Yeah, you just go through and examine all the surviving crew, and you do not sense any poison disease on anyone except for Ellipses, who is still crying in a bassy silence to himself, still afflicted by the rock.
Gray's going to tell Jiminy, have STD.
Again?
And he's going to go turn in for the evening.
That's cruel.
Fantastic.
Kola is going to try to use Healing Hands to restore 60 hit points to Shippy.
Healing hands to heal Shippy.
Just want to see if it works.
Shippy says, "Hi, thanks for the effort, but I don't think that'll help me in the way you'd like it to."
Okay, I thought that was worth a shot.
Um,
I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Shippy.
Yeah, and it's less the hole and more my mind that was hurt.
Is there a way to touch your mind with healing?
Not with that sort of magic, I don't think.
Okay. Is there another kind?
Trying to remember if Shippy has been exposed to a particular thing. Have you guys what substances have you put in Shippy aside from Bellstone and Zephyr?
Bellstone, Zephyr. Oh, did we put? I think we might. No, wait.
You
The-
said there was a whole list that you guys did when I came back.
Well, we had some. No, we didn't put the red root in there. No, we might have. The only other one that I can think of is Coldstone. Coldstone Creamery.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about putting rot in there. I don't know if we ever did though.
Put what in there?
The rot.
We tried. It didn't work.
I think we did put the red root in, a little bit of it.
I think we put a little bit of the red root in. No, because you're the only one that had it. So unless we did it when we
Did
first got to
take a
Shippy.
little bit off?
I thought you did back in the
Okay.
when we first found Shippy.
When we were experimenting.
Red root. And then Lucidium didn't have a
If you'd like
space
to
for
give me
it.
some more of that blood root. That might help.
Blood root.
Lemon?
Just the red root.
Red root?
Whatever it's called. Blood root, apparently. But that takes you to the Fey realm.
And I only have one because apparently it's a very scarce commodity. Maybe Shippy can sense more of it.
He's sensing something a little bit more important right
Well,
now.
yeah, I mean afterwards though.
That he can do.
Yeah.
You have to give him some more to get him to find it, I think.
I think knows what it is. We'll see.
We'll see. Shippy,
But go to the Fey Wild, maybe I can find some more.
we'll find a way to heal you.
That'd be great.
Here's some more Bellstone, though.
Thank you.
How big is my red root?
I think it's like
It's
5
pretty
pounds or
sizable.
something. Yeah, it's like a big
I
chunk.
don't need
It's like
that
a
much
dense.
to travel,
Mhm.
so I could cut it.
Is it consumable when you try it?
No,
you
it's-
don't use it up.
You don't use it up.
Cut it with paprika.
Um,
You never tell me what.
I'll cut some
Chili
of it
pea.
off. to give to Shippy.
Let's say that you have 5 pounds, so that should be in
Keep
your
track.
inventory.
Can you enlarge this?
I can, but I have been informed that this is not like a 1-to-1. When I enlarge it, it's based off the spell slots that I use, and it
Only
Is-
lasts for a certain amount of time.
no, that's the same. But it's like if I use a 4th level spell to enlarge it, then it would be like a little bit more, but not like double. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's worth the magic I put in. So if you'd like me to, I can.
We could, at least before bed tonight, maybe.
I can do it right now.
Okay.
I'm not just planning on wasting any more spells today. There's not gonna be another encounter later.
Well, this is the perfect time for it.
Multiple encounters in one adventure day?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'll cut off like a third of it, a good third.
Okay.
And
So a third of 5 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want to just use a pound number instead of a third of 5?
Okay.
Just make it easier to track.
Uh,
Listen, you guys have to track this,
2
not me.
pounds.
So.
I'll give him 2 pounds.
Okay.
And I'll use a 4th level enlarge and large.
I haven't had. Yeah, I'll take it. I don't have a glass or a mug yet. I would take it. Okay. Yeah, you take off 2 pounds of the root, looking like at this point like a very large, thick carrot with blood red and just a little more like, not grocery store ready. It's all like mangled. Looks a little bit more like a mandrake than a like straight carrot or something. And it is enlarged and submitted to the appropriate hopper in Shippy's little furnace. And Shippy says, just to be clear, what are you hoping to get from this? I can use this to heal myself, or I can use this to try and find more of this similar material.
How much do you need to find
But
more?
keep in mind, I can only track one material at a time.
Right.
Because
So
I have
we
to
won't do
attune
that.
my forks to
It's
it.
just for
For the future, how much would you need to find more?
I think 1 pound ought to do it.
Use this to heal yourself.
Thanks a lot.
Did you enlarge it, or did you just put it in?
We enlarge
you
it,
enlarged
yeah.
You you see the like a little bit like the black light kind of like of the furnace underneath the crystal of Shippy's like weird like organic dynamic crystal like sentience that he is or it is. You see this furnace light up and a visible like calming to the fluid like motion within the crystal, as if some storm had been calmed, and you sense not in just some relief in Shippy's voice as Shippy says, "Thanks a lot. It's great to be a part of a crew that looks after each other."
What would it have been like to live in a time where you could just build a ship based on these components that are now so rare?
Are you asking Shippy?
No, I'm just Nazira's just talking out loud to
She's
anyone.
pondering.
Yeah, imagine it.
Well,
I feel like we live in a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
from what I understand about these
That's
crazy
true.
mages that lived before us, they weren't that nice.
That's true. That's true. They did that terrible thing to Beefoo.
I
Or
think
not
you
Beefoo,
mean
I mean
Togatots, but yes.
It's our post-apocalyptic wasteland.
We're here to save it.
Has Togatot chimed in at all about the shard and the going-ons?
No, not besides just reporting that
It killed everybody.
yeah,
Okay.
the former enslaved rescuees.
Oh my god.
Did he see the frog
We
was
should have
was
saved them
abomination?
only to have them die a horrible death.
You did painful death.
It's probably very close to what they experienced
similar,
under
yeah.
the elements. Yeah,
Did he
that's
see the frog
great.
lizard
Yeah.
as abominations?
I'm sorry.
The frog lizard people, did he see them as abominations?
Oh, I believe even like last session he definitely thought they were abominable creatures that deserve to be purged.
He probably doesn't know about the shard being in the bag, and maybe, I don't know. Is he aware?
I don't know how he would be.
He did come up on deck.
The ground though.
No.
I know,
He was
but-
probably around when Gray mentioned it. And
That's
then,
true.
Let me just remember what we're talking about, I guess.
I am gonna
What
check
happened?
on the not slaves, which I'm sure are deceased. But
Quite, yeah. Togatas's report is accurate. They all show signs of having being contorted their bodies into wildly grotesque positions. You see blood coming out of their eyes and ears and noses, and they are all dead.
but not the butts.
No, the butts are clean. They're freshly evacuated. There's no post-mortem defecation either.
Zira is going to, with her 6 strength, start bringing them up to the deck.
Hey, that's menial labor. Let the others do it.
They deserve some respect.
Yeah, but let Ellis and Tomothy and Jimothy carry them up here.
Ellipses crying, comes out, grabs one of the bodies.
Ellipses, back to your hole!
Oh, thank you, Ellipses.
You deserve so much more life. Take it away from them.
Don't spread your rod, Ellipses.
Come back your cage!
You see a tiny little fungal growth growing out of his arm.
Back!
Okay.
Ellipses is out of his room. He's not supposed to be out of his room.
You hear the chomping of Togatons?
It's like
Richmond's out of his
the
ricade.
creature from Goonies. He's out of his room.
Chunk?
Zira will make a
Chunk is
stretcher type
Captain
thing.
Chunk is
Do it that way.
Yeah.
Sloth.
Um,
Sloth, yeah.
Timothy and Tomothy are still recovering. Actually, Tomothy was one of nat 20 on his
Hell yeah.
death saving throw. So Ellis and Tomothy come help. Jimothy is still in recovery from the recent trials. But they help you, carefully and respectfully carry the bodies out of the hold or out of the lower decks up onto the deck of the ship. They say, Miss Captain, Nazira, we going to give them a burial? We going to sit down, or?
Is that more appropriate for humans? What do humans do?
There's all sorts of things. I think it matters less exactly what happens to them, given we don't know what they would have preferred. Maybe just matters that we do it respectfully.
You're right. I think burial would be, perhaps a pyre would be best.
I'm curious if Johan has anything to say about the burial of
Yeah,
people.
who's the cleric, sorry.
Yeah. Is he even still in Discord?
He's here.
Okay.
He's
Is he
working on
muted?
music. He's
Oh, okay.
preparing. He's taking down notes.
This is such
He
great
loves
material.
that, yeah. He loves that some fresh material to work with.
He is unmuted.
Maybe
gonna
he
talk?
went AFK.
Is he gonna say anything?
Cleric,
Johan?
don't leave it to the wizard.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, Johan, given his past is no stranger to death, he knows that what's important is kind of the expressed wishes of creatures or persons' culture or their background, and really letting that dictate how to bury someone respectfully. So given that, would I know, based on who has passed away or what has passed away, how they would want to be buried in a respectful manner? I don't quite know what role that is.
Yeah, well, the problem in this particular case is not like your character not knowing the correct things for whatever culture these people come from, but worse, these people didn't even know what culture they came from. They did not have significant memory of their time before being taken or used by the Illithid. So when they, like, every time you guys had interacted with them, they expressed very little awareness of their own history even, or the world around them.
I think given that, then a kind of a show, just a tenet of Talos would be kind of that destruction, right? So I feel like that show of respect, wherein someone was unclear of their history or where they come from, or what cultural significance they may have, rending a tear in the world where possible would be kind of what Johan's disposition would be in this situation. So even a big performance, a big send-off for these people celebrating the time that we shared with them would be appropriate. And then like a big, if there's something that we could do to the land around them to kind of mark it as a momentous occasion, like these people had, they meant something and they impacted us and they had impact on the world, is kind of what Johan's inclination would be.
Love it.
I'm sensing a problem with this.
We don't have a lot of time.
That involves land, and currently our trajectory is up.
I think it's that big ass concert then.
What did you say?
What?
I think it's a big ass concert then. If we don't have time to,
The concert
to honor
in the
these
sky.
people in the right way, then
It's a sky
if we've got
burial.
a little bit of time before getting to the Zephyr, that's probably the best bet.
Burial sky.
I mean, they came into this world in a ship.
Hold on.
We can stow them down below real quick, and then
We just dragged them up from
Zero
below.
starts casting gentle repose on each of them
Mhm.
as a ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they won't decay, and we can just keep them until we're in more advantageous
Until we can
situation.
do that appropriately.
That's fair.
Xerox will carry them back down.
Yeah. It takes about 10 minutes per.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much of, for sometimes there were, I think there were like 12-ish or 13 of these people. It takes some time to, around 2 hours to get through and give them each a repose.
And how many birds?
And one of each birds, because it's made around like 4,000 birds are on their ship, so.
This year's gonna be busy for a while.
Internal task.
There's like centipede ants and like spiders dragging them back into Ray's quarters before they get thrown overboard.
So Nazira taking care of the bodies, and you all pitch in, moving them back down below after they've been reposed. You have also, while you are traveling, flying through the air, now that you've like gone through the pass and like over into the the edge of the Bone Waste's western side, you now find yourselves flying up and higher at this like steep incline through the air to try and catch up and meet whatever source of Zephyr it is that is moving. You are preoccupied with the work of this, of dealing with the human and multitude of other corpses on the ship, clearing out the thousands of dead birds. And the now very dead drakes as well.
Oh god.
Is there anything other than just shoveling them off the side of the ship as you fly that you like to do with these?
That one still has the metal thing in its mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep that one around.
Yeah.
Can you pass Gentle Post on this one?
Sure.
So you keep the
One of
the
them
Drake
has
with the
cold
implant
stone.
as well.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The other one.
I'll take it down to my
Toss.
shop. The other one can toss overboard.
Okay.
Aiming for any creature I see passing by.
You take out a Pegasus.
Just kidding.
Now, before we step into the pub, we're
Big help gang.
Use the restroom quick. Yeah, let me know if there's anything else you guys like to do. As you are aboard Shippy, and Shippy says that about a day's travel to catch up to this thing as it as it now begins to ascend into the sky.
Ray has just gone to bed. Very tired.
I think I'm pretty, not in terms of HP, but I have 1 rage left. So Xerox is nearing the end of her.
Two things to do.
I have 1 4th level spell slot left and a couple of the rest, but everything above that's gone.
Yeah.
That was very close.
That was a good day.
That was a good day.
I mean, it's
Not for our freemen.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we kind of tied up some loose ends at the same time.
what were we gonna do? Just take them everywhere?
I mean, could have dropped them off in Kenton or something.
Did you want to keep one to dissect?
That was a thought.
Check for.
Well, Nazira wouldn't think about, like, I don't know how much she knows about the illithids.
Yeah. Gray definitely doesn't know anything.
How much have you guys told her about what they did?
We probably would have just told you, like how we found them on the ship and stuff. But they never really gave us any indication what had happened to them, so we wouldn't know. They just seemed completely out of it, like lost.
We were going to have to drop them off somewhere. Now we're doing that, but
Yep.
today.
Yep. Were they ever really alive?
That's a good question. Philosophical musings of onboard shipping.
Mark, how much does Nazira know about the illithids?
You guys are, as with many of these subjects, among the world's most likely foremost experts, given your recent experience.
Right, I am.
From what you've learned, you've identified a few key things. I would say that the illithid were very likely the maybe you don't know that.
I mean, because Nazira
So,
wasn't
sure.
with them, so it would all come through Gray and Beep and Xerox.
Yeah.
But what she would know, if her people had any stories or anything like that.
Yeah. Give me a history check.
Okay. $17?
Not much. Your people have plenty of stories about evil creatures and dark forces and stuff, but the specifics aren't clear or matching up enough for you to draw any great insight from any of those tales.
Thank you.
You're doing the casual arm over the shoulder. You're just taking your chance.
Making his
This is
move.
my big moment.
5 years later, it's finally happening.
Getting hot and heavy in the game. Alright, big help gang orgy.
Roll for initiative.
Legend lore is not a ritual ability. Okay, I'm making a
Just
list
cast
of
that every 10 minutes all day.
all day, every day. I'm making a list of legend lore things.
Xerox would probably just take a bed at this moment.
Okay.
I would like to grab some books, some storybooks, and spend a little time reading with Ellipses, reading
Aw.
him stories.
Oh.
Aw, that's sweet.
He takes a little reassurance that your presence is voluntary and his presence on the ship is not unwelcome, as he says, "No, go to bed. It's too late."
No, not yet.
Okay. And within just like 15 minutes, like Ellipses is just like snoozing peacefully.
And then I will,
Take him out.
Not my chance.
Smother him with a pillow.
We do
Big
the range
body mouth.
watches.
Shippy can fly itself.
Yeah.
I can stay on board. I don't need to sleep.
Cool has been taking
It can monitor.
If anyone
Sure,
has
it's
any
easy.
yes or no questions,
well, if
I
if
haven't
somebody
done
needs to stay
contact
late.
other plane for a while, which is a ritual spell, so just let me know.
Are any of you missing?
I've had an idea to recreate this drake into mechanical form. So I'm just gonna study the drake for a while before going to bed. Now that it's not going anywhere.
Are you talking like some unholy abomination that you're like creating an artifice, like taking like a page out of old what's his name?
Yeah.
Book
Yeah.
back
Yep,
in,
yep.
Valkyrie?
Yep.
Nice and grotesque. All right.
I mean, it's already been experimented on. It's got cold iron in its brain.
And it's dead now.
It's dead now.
Yeah, you study the lines and mechanical function of this creature's body, its bones, its joints, its movement, trying to understand what not only is this thing and what makes it, but how it can be improved.
Exactly.
Capable.
And other than that, did I give that to? I'm gonna make sure I've given Nazira the copy of the Necronomicon that I created a while ago,
Yeah,
just so she has it and I don't anymore.
fair.
Like, great offer up this scrap. I know he showed it to Nazira.
That's a book. That's a page of a book.
Unless you asked her, I think he'd continue holding on to it.
What?
He's got a piece of flesh from the Necronomicon, which he's shown you. It's up to you if you would like to take it or not. He would probably at this point trust you enough to lend you his magical papers.
So you have a piece of this book. That's the known.
Flesh with carvings on it.
But Gray can't read it.
Of course not.
Can Gray
I
really
mean,
read anything?
If you ask him, he could read it.
Has read it.
Yeah.
Read it.
Nah.
Fine.
Let's see
It
what you
says
did there.
book.
So in that case, it might be actually be safest with you. Say, just don't lose this, Gray. Keep it very safe and secret.
Great, never lose.
I think Quilla is I don't know how much Quilla understands about like atmosphere, but Quilla's curious how high they're going. Quilla might also be low-key realizing she's a little bit afraid of heights. So Quilla wants to know how high they're going.
Yeah.
So she might ask should be that.
As you guys are, taking care of the bodies and settling in, getting rest and tending to your wounds and tiredness, those thoughts start filling Quilla's. Starts becoming more and more preoccupied with the increasing height and elevation. You look over the rail of the ship, which feels weird because Shippy again is like at this like upward angle. So, but you're still like that's still down, which is now like offset from like Earth. The world's down.
Yeah.
So it's like this weird thing where
It's like a
your mind trying to make
vertigo
sense of
kinda-
what you're seeing versus what your body is feeling.
Your clothes are like that.
Yeah. And you see in the distance what looks to be like a deep like cleft in the ground in the earth, like many miles away. Your elevation now is getting up into the probably like a couple thousand feet or something potentially. And you see in the distance like this huge like ravine in the ground, like looks from the scale in this distance must be like not just like a ravine but like a chasm, like a or a canyon, like, but it looks, you can see it like it looks like something, some god like put like a blade or something into the earth and was just like carved through it, and like it like wanders and moves around this like canyon, like following like lazily like varying lines, sometimes like circling back on itself. You see a place where it like looks like it's run over itself in some ancient past, like this canyon that's like bisecting itself, as if whatever it was that cut this into the earth did a loop and ran around past an old path. It is very difficult to tell the scale of this distance, but immense, utterly immense. And you can see like this like maze of trails, like it's impossible to follow like where a single path this whatever this was took, but you can see it like having like off into the distance, off into like beyond like the just like haze of the atmosphere beyond your sight. This all looks strange and immense and distant from you, until and it's drawing your attention and maybe inspiring some amount of wonder at the scale of whatever this is and the distance. But what really captures your attention after a moment of just like letting your eyes wander across the landscape is what looks to be a mountain in the distance. And it looks like very far away and like impossibly large in the distance, and it looks like strangely mismatched against the horizon in the background, until you realize that this mountain, this like craggy stone, impossibly large monolith thing, this literal mountain, is lifting up well off the earth. And the scale of it and the what you're looking at was so confounding, because you were seeing an immense chunk of the earth flying free above it, floating up on a path that you are on path to intercept.
It's a floating city. That was from the before times.
Anybody else is still on deck? I was like, hey, I see where we're going. It's kind of weird, right?
This is at this moment, I think, when most of your companions are taking care of themselves or asleep or
Okay.
resting up.
Yeah.
Ellis is there.
Yeah, let's tell Alice. Okay.
We're chasing a mountain? Captain Cooler?
Seems so. Well, we're chasing Zephyr, and it seems like Zephyr's in the mountain.
Oh boy.
I've never seen one float before, have you?
I certainly can promise that I have not.
Yeah.
I think me and the rest of the crew might want to renegotiate our pay. Several of us have died.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
We've always got your back, right? Give her like a little like friendly elbow.
She had a smile. So it's like,
I was like, I can see that.
And the agreement you signed.
Yeah. There's a contract. I mean, you know
I
contracts better than
It
anyone.
was we got picked up. We got hired. It was a party. There were like spirits were high. Things are different out here. We're finding, and there are things that seem to be able. You guys just washes over you and then just kills us. So
Contracts can't be renegotiated until after we've returned safely. We left our pens and papers at home.
See, we like to think of ourselves as a family.
We'll look into adding a ping pong table in the room.
Pizza Tuesdays.
While Cola's noticing this wonderful sight,
Yeah.
Nazira would like to perform an experiment with Shippy to cast Rory's telepathic bond and see if it takes hold.
Yeah, it absolutely does. You like cast the magic, and Shippy says, "Oh, looks like you're casting some magic on me. If you need help." Oh, hi there. Well, this is interesting.
Now, when this is active, we can talk over some distance.
I like that.
Actually, any distance.
Wow. Never be apart again. How long does it last?
Actually, I think 10 minutes.
That's not
No,
very
it's
long.
more long.
Yeah, it's like 12 hours
It's
or
like,
something, isn't it?
yeah, it's a long time actually. Let me look it up.
Yeah, Rory's like 8 or 12 or...
1 hour.
Oh, only one?
Well, it's more than
More
10
than none.
minutes. Less than 8 hours.
She says, well, that's great. Do you know if it would work if we were in different planes?
I don't think it'll work on different planes.
That's a shame.
Let me see. Yeah, it can't extend to other planes of existence, unfortunately. Most methods of communication can't. Sending has a chance. It usually works fairly well when I communicate with the changing thing, but for some reason, mages haven't pierced the veil between planar communication for some reason.
Yeah, it requires a constantly active teleportation circle to that plane.
That would make sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Octagon Network used to do that.
Ah, those were the times, Shippy.
Yeah, they sure were, I bet.
I bet too.
I wish I remembered it more.
Yeah. Are you still working on regaining your memories?
Yeah, it's a little bit odd though. It's more like figuring out the shape of memories that I can't actually remember. And then guessing at what that was.
And when you guessed, you know if you've guessed correctly or incorrectly. Does it reveal itself after you make the guess?
Not entirely, but it feels right. Like it fits.
That makes sense.
I love Shippy.
Yeah, Rory's works. You guys have this little exchange in your minds. You can see Shippy's like crystalline mind like shifting, and like you can see there's some amount of like, let's say like the movement within the crystal that corresponds with the speaking and stuff, and the like activation and communication. Yeah, absolutely works that way. Anything else you guys would like to do here? The crew is, I would say, over the next like hour or two, finished shoveling birds off the ship, so it's more or less clear of them.
Nazira will help them too.
Okay. You getting any rest though?
Eventually, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we have like a day, Shippy said.
Yeah.
Shippy, did we try to communicate with this other source of Vesper?
Zephyr?
Zephyr?
God, why
That
would
would
we?
be a smart thing.
No, God, why would we do that?
Like, can you sense them on the Panopticon network or the communication network that you're privy to?
Not yet. Maybe when we get closer, but right now all I'm attuned to is the Zephyr. They have a lot of it in that mountain.
The mountain?
Mountain?
That's what Quilla said. And Ellis up on the deck.
I better go Look at that. I'll go up, but I'll also say there should be. Just gonna say something. So is the network usually range limited?
It is now. It
It is
used to
now.
not be. I
Makes
think.
sense. Okay. Thank you, Shippy. Shippy, it says you encountered a mountain?
Come up on the deck and like you're like starting to walk over to where Quilla and Ellis are, like over by the side, and you see past them this immense, impossibly floating thing.
Shippy, will you wake up the rest of the crew, please?
You got it.
But folks need a long rest.
We should
Wake up, everybody! Nazir and Quilla would like to see you on the deck of the ship. There's a flying mountain they're looking at.
Snooze.
Gray grabs some like June bugs and shoves them.
Xerox will join them up on that. Just kind of like rubbing the sleep out of her eyes. But
So
I nudge Togetuts.
I'll
They
point.
want you up on the deck.
Got it, Captain. I'll let you know if there's anything worthy of your
Guess
attention.
that explains why it has
I
zephyr.
like that.
Exactly.
I like
Yeah, yeah, that would make sense. But why did it start floating now?
And who's driving it?
If
Or
anyone.
what?
who or what?
Yeah.
Something that massive may just be naturally occurring.
Maybe it just moves on its own, yeah.
Who knows what the
And if we
gods
take
were
some of
up
the
to.
zephyr, will it crash? I mean, it must have a lot if it's that big and it's flying, but.
We should assemble you know whose undead army and then
Underneath
take
it.
the zephyr.
Yes.
Okay, so it's in the middle. So somebody's gonna need to go in there underneath, pull it, and get the fuck out. Volunteers.
Gray was there, he'd definitely volunteer, but he is not, unfortunately.
Do I see anything? Are there any like outcroppings on this giant structure that look like more distinct or more eye-catching? Or
You're still a great distance away. Give me a perception check because you guys all kind of like stare at this thing and take in what you can. You can all roll. Everybody who's up there. You can roll for Togetos.
Does anyone have a spyglass?
No. 23.
That's
Perception.
Does Togetuts have a stat block?
Togetos has had stat blocks. They don't have a final one.
25.
25.
Nothing that.
Johan got a 15.
Did you say something to Johan?
Johan got a 15.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Xerox, there's something you notice about this space, like, you're not sure, but, like, the mountain that you're seeing is, there's, like, things on, like, honestly, like, there's, like, okay, I'll say that you see clearly intentionally carved like lines. You can see even at this distance like the straight lines of like some like intentional effort to like carve or cut or like create some like structure or edifice or something on like some of the like you can see like parts of the mountainside. And like looking at that, it makes it look like the mountain is like flying like sideways or upside down or something. It looks like the lines like aren't. There's something about the way it's like your brain is trying to like make sense of them that makes it seem like the mountain itself is at the wrong angle or something.
So there was a pilot. Dead.
Just slowly, this giant mountain just slowly spinning.
This guy just like dead on the controls.
Geomorph.
Exactly. Zero with the 25, you see some of the same like your brain trying to make sense of the lack of low resolution detail that you're perceiving from this far away. You see what looks like certainly like structures carved into actual rock, much like those it's native dwellings in the Southwest. Actual whole village and stuff carved into actual cliff face and stuff. But what is giving your brain, your perception, some difficulty to sync the details is that doesn't match with the alignment of the mountain exactly. In fact, it looks like the mountain is askew and floating up on its side or something. If you had to give it a direction like that, given this is a mountain uprooted from the earth, and what is a side at that point? It's a weird thing. But these structures, you notice, look like they were built upside down, they were hanging beneath. If this mountain were upright and vertical, these would have once been hanging upside down, underneath a cliff edge.
I see some form of structures. It does seem like the mountain has gone askew.
It's funny to hear you say that a mountain has gone askew.
Funny to say that.
Yeah. Funny to see it too.
You don't see any imminent danger
Or any lights?
or any lights. It may behoove us to set a watch,
That's probably a good idea.
and the rest of us recover what we can until we get closer to where we can get a better vantage point.
That's good.
I can take first watch. Maybe.
I'll say, Shippy, can you tell the others we're setting a watch, and so they better get on the schedule or they're taking the second watch.
You got it. Sorry to bother you again, Gray. I hope you can hear me through those buds in your
They're
ears.
just buzzing incessantly.
It should be notifies the sleeping crew of the upcoming watch request and sign up form on the community board.
Do I still have message? No, I don't have message. Okay.
People take a second watch.
Cool, take turn.
Okay. I'll double up with first then.
So Nazira and Xerox on first watch. The period you spend on watch.
Oh, and I need much less time of sleeping than I need
That's
to
right,
so.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye out is definitely a low strain activity you can couple with your
Okay.
4-hour period.
Sounds good.
So you on the first watch you see nothing aside from the movement of the sun and the you can feel a slight change in temperature, even as Shippy's bubble of air seems to still keep maintaining a certain amount of warmth and comfortable temperature level. But you can feel that growing just a little bit colder, and have the sense that beyond the immediate surroundings of Shippy the air might be getting a lot chillier.
What does it look like when we look down?
When you look down,
Yeah.
looking down, and which direction are you looking?
Just straight down right now.
Straight down?
Yeah.
I mean, you are now like thousands of feet up. You see like the tiniest, tiny little like green blobs of trees and stuff. Like as like there's some amount of like greenery and life below you, even as you're like getting into the bone waste area. And then you can see just like enormous like rocks and things, just like tiny little pebbles, like this just immense distance below you. Like it's
like a map.
Any ancient shipwreckage by chance?
Not immediately visible, unfortunately. But the watch goes on without issue.
No, we did our job.
Yeah. I'll also go into the next watch since I can meditate as well at the same time.
You do need to spend some amount of time in your trance of some sort.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll go and spend some time trancing. But I'll get beat boop.
It's that time already.
Second watch. Yeah.
Mm.
I'll go get Gray too.
Okay.
Going to Gray's room, you see his looks like Gray's like bleeding or something out of his ear. Looks like he's like laying there, it's like completely still, and there's just like this like organic like spray out of his ears, of like something just exploded out of it. There's a moment of like shock, and you're like, oh, it's just a big juicy bug.
Do a minor illusion and make the light just get brighter and brighter.
Greg kind of wakes up. Hey!
Second watch, Greg.
Oh. More sleep?
After
Second
watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, after the watch.
I guess so.
There's a big mountain outside floating in the air.
Floating mountain. It gets to the top of the steps. Floating mountain! Yeah, could he give a little perception, see what he sees?
Yeah, absolutely. As the time has gone by, you definitely see at least as like able to pick out more and more detail. Nat 20?
Nat 20 plus 8. 28.
Ooh.
You are definitely able to see these, what you like clearly and quickly like identify as like, yeah, upside down buildings, totally, on mountain, sure, mountains flying, okay. You identify like all these things and like catalog them with the uninquiring mind of Gray. But what you notice beyond those details already shared,
Sorry, go ahead.
the mountain has been like, as it's been like going up, has been like slowly, like you see it like slowly rotating, and at this point it's shifted around enough that you can see like reflecting some light. There is a sort of like strange spiral structure protruding out of what would like be like the tip of the mountain. Like it's shining and somewhat reflective in the light. Immense, the structure, and it looks like some sort of like spiraling element. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it seems incredibly like a significant part of this thing, especially like the scale. It's like obviously like created or built, and at that scale is just an utterly immense engineering project.
Is there anyone else on watch, or is it just Gray at this point?
I'm up there with you.
Boop is groggily coming to as well.
Me and my
Well, not
bird are
groggily.
hanging out. I'm
You said you and what?
My bird is flying around.
You're
Yarn.
familiar.
Yeah.
BB, look. And like, spiral. Like shell. Snail shell.
Wait. Oh.
Oh,
Is it
oh,
really
no.
like a snail shell?
You know, there's like some long, skinny, pointed snail shells.
Snail shells right now mean illithids to me. It's not.
No, like bug.
Oh.
He like pulls one out. Snail shell.
Okay.
Look.
Does it seem familiar?
Not in like an illithid sort of way, no. This looks certainly not. This doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't look. This doesn't look like a grown thing. This looks like something that was like built or carved or something. Those illithid ships definitely look like they're weird, like organic and stuff.
Shippy, you ever see a mountain fly like this?
No, I don't think so.
Not from the before times?
If I saw it, I don't remember it. But I can't say I haven't.
Togatats, are you... Where does he get to?
Togatats has not been tapped for a watch yet, so Togatats is probably below decks.
In stasis mode?
I'll tap
Ask him in the morning.
watch.
What is that?
I'll ask him in the morning.
Yeah, when our watch is over, Gray passes on to the next. Gray, who is our next watch?
Kola and Toga.
Gray's gonna throw some really loud crickets in your room.
I'm like sitting up already awake. I'm like, great. Like, you know he's back.
Puts in the bag. Snail shell on rock.
On the mountain?
Like this, and pulls out the snail shell and says, on the mountain, float. Spin.
Oh, it's on the mountain.
I sleep.
There's a okay. I go upstairs. I'll look. Figure I'll get more out of it if I look at it myself.
Xerox, where are you sleeping?
This is never good.
Do you need to go to private chat for this?
Should we all go out there?
Yeah, everybody leave.
You should go up the attic.
Go up the tiny stairs.
Drinking, I can't go.
I assume she has picked out some sort of quarters somewhere, and she would be there.
Yeah, you're resting. You're sleep somewhat, perhaps fitful. Having experienced such weird things and like that, still like every once in a while in the quiet moments, and you hear like the creaking of shippy or the movement of heavy foots on or heavy steps on the ship or the deck above, reminds you in a deep place in your mind of that tapping. Some unease perhaps fills your mind as you try and sleep. But you sleep nonetheless, or at least you assume you do, because at some point you blink or close your eyes and it feels like time has passed, and you feel a sense of presence in the room.
Sorry.
And you I'm pretty sure you're not alone.
I think I'm alone now.
Sensing a presence that would set off all kinds of alarms, and Xerox would probably sit bolt upright and look around.
You hear a familiar voice say, now, no need for so much excitement. The voice of the whispered litany fills the room with a quiet but assured presence. You feel that voice tinkling on the glass armor of your mind. This is a different presence than that tapping. A different anxiety fills your mind. And she says, I'm only here to talk. And I'll leave as soon as you want me to. return and talk later if you prefer. You wouldn't turn away family without a brief chat, would you?
Xerox would kind of snarl at that face and
I would know family. She, half her face twists into a smile. She says, "You must not even know yourself, really. Or did your mother lie to you?" She wouldn't. When was the last time you saw her? You were just a child, right? Adults don't tell children the whole truth, even if they aren't lying.
Xerox is really trying hard to say, not to say, keep my mother's name out of your mouth. I suppose not. I sense that you're getting at something. Just out with it.
Well, it's something, a bit of a new discovery to us as well. A lot of the Gwengold family has been spread so far and wide.
Damn it.
They show up in the strangest and least expected of places. You don't always know exactly where to look, but when certain people bring themselves to our attention, we just can't help ourselves but just to double check. You really don't know who your father was, do you?
No. Ever mentioned?
Well,
I assumed he died.
oh, in a way, I guess. Certainly isn't the man your mother knew any longer. It's much more agreeable now.
Motherfucker.
Would you like to see him? I can show him to you.
Thrill me.
Glad to hear it. Family's so important, don't you think?
Most important.
She stands up, says, "Gonna do a little magic, but I don't mean you any harm, I promise. Just gonna create a little facsimile of your father." It's amazing the connection that blood brings. I can show you exactly what he's doing right now, no matter where he is in the world. And she mumbles a little bit of magic, and you feel kind of like tinkling on the edges of that like mental barrier you have, as if like half of her magic is psychic or silent or something, in addition to the words she speaks. And the room that you're in, you see materializing out of mist and darkness a humanoid figure, a slight man, well past middle age in appearance, dark hair and some thin little spectacles on his nose. As he looks like he's like reading a book or a paper or something. You can see that he takes a little sip of tea or some beverage in a little saucer. not much of a man, is he? Not to look at least.
Evidently not, since I don't know him.
Take after him a little more than you might know. He, well, who he used to be. He had a strength of character. Made him throw away everything he had, betray everybody, and everything that gave him those gifts. For what? Enslaved orcish woman?
Again, she means more to me than you know.
Would you like to speak to him? Like I said, well, it's a pretty connected magic. Would you like him to see you?
Do I? No, I have no reason to believe you.
Well, maybe you'd see the truth in his eyes. And he set those eyes on his only child. Or just take in the sights. Know that if you ever do want to see him, you just need to ask.
Do I get the sense that I know I'm being toyed with, but do I get the sense that there's truth here, or is this?
Give me an insight check.
Natural.
The Whispered Litany has given you no particular reason to trust them in the past. In this moment, you are left to really your own bewildered insight.
Do I see anything on this person that would tie them to anything that hinders?
There's as you stand up and take in this person who seems totally like as if they're here but oblivious to you. Step up and look them down. There's, what do you think, how much of your father do you think your mother told you?
I'm sure there was an explanation as to why he was not there at the time. Never really fleshed out that
I think at one point you told me that he wasn't around, that he was probably, I think you mentioned that he was dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for all intents and purposes, there are sort of thought he was there.
Why don't you give me a history check with advantage here?
Great rolls. Freaking 5.
It's, the memories are hazy enough as it's been many years since you last saw your mother alive and heard her stories of where you came from and what little details she did share of her, how she ended up outside, you know, in Ketten and the slums and stuff. And, you, from what you remember, this person like matches the, you know, the vague description, you know, the dark hair, the not that impressive build, slight person.
Do I know anything that only my mother, I do know something that only my mother would have said to me, but, let me talk to him.
All right. And didn't do anything for you.
Oh, your kindness will be rewarded in the future.
Well, I look forward to that.
Cool.
And there's a moment where you, like, the sort of like shadowy, sort of illusory appearance of this person solidifies, and like they kind of looks up, looks around. Oh, stop. Hello. I know you. You look familiar.
As do you. My mother always told me, before she would put me down to bed, the world would fall away, and that I should just breathe. But in that, in our language, words. Does that mean anything to you?
When you say those words, you see a deeply troubled expression cross this man's sort of like previously sort of like placid face. It says, "Nah." There's like several starts and stops. So this person's trying to remember something just out of reach. It says, I'm sorry, I don't. Is that Elvish? It sounds lovely.
Orcish.
Oh.
Perhaps you knew. Had you any dealings around the city of Canton?
I knew someone who went to Ketten once, I think. Can't remember their name. Do I know you? You look so familiar.
My name is Xerox. And
I don't know that name, but it sounds familiar. I think I'd very much like to get to know you, Xerox. I think that would be nice.
I think that may be in our future. I'm sure I don't have time now.
Oh, it's not a problem.
What's your name?
That's Theobald. Theobald Hewitt.
Theobald Hewitt. Where are we exactly?
We're in my city. How'd you get in here, by the way? It's nice to have a guest, but curious, you're a sudden arrival?
Agreed. I like what you've done with the place. But where does your study sit?
In my home.
home.
God damn it.
You seem confused. Are you alright?
Well, it is somewhat confusing. I'm trying to reconcile many things in my head at this point. Some new information. What city are we currently in?
We're just outside the city of Palestine.
Pasa.
Palestine.
Just kidding.
It is not on the map.
My guess is it's somewhere over here.
There is a pasta. Maybe it comes together.
And I've been told that you may have some connection to the Wungles.
I always forget. Great grand uncle on my mother's side. That's right. How did you know that? We have met. Or if less of a mutual friend.
You could call him that. I feel my time's and I never named my mother, so
No time like the
Usually
present.
goes the other way around.
yeah. I'm going to I'll give you a name at some point, but I'm going to say Josh will say. So this person you know who went to Kevin, what's their name? And I'll say
Mrs. Mimic.
yeah. Mimic. I was gonna. I had a backup character that I named Kyocera. And just to be another copy of mine. But it's too low key. Not that Xerox isn't, but I've used the Xerox so much that it's like it's lost all meaning.
Yeah, that's right. It no longer even means a Xerox copier anymore. It's just a character. It's just average barbarian.
Right, exactly.
You see that same like concentrated and sort of like befuddled expression, as if like there's just like a connection that's like trying to be made, like you can sense the familiarity that like someone with like Alzheimer's or something, like there's like this feeling of like missing a connection that you feel you should recognize, or like that's how you might interpret this like look, like befuddlement, like frustration, like this like attempt to recognize this connection, this familiarity, but in this moment it evades them. I'm sorry, I wish I could be more help with that. That name sounds familiar. I'm getting a bit of a headache. I think I might lie down. I would love it if you would call upon me again.
I guarantee it.
I look forward to it. Xerox.
Beautiful. And Xerox will step back and say, I'm ready.
He will takes one little sip of tea and goes to like shake your hand, and you feel this just like shadowy, not quite physical touch, not quite solid grip of his hand on yours, and then seems to just like lock into shadow, just kind of dissipates as it like leaves this space.
Whatever happened to that man was cruel.
You and your friends are meddling. All the things I don't think you even understand.
I mean,
Welcome to the big hall.
he ain't lying.
I would say that that's our common card.
Did you know that there has not been an outcropping of death cults in the Imperium in over 150 years? That changed recently. into.
I suppose mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. That's just it, isn't it? Like, absence a plan, absent a guiding hand, you're all just running amok in the darkness, aren't you? And it's not just you, Xerox, and it's not just your friends. And I can understand why you're so misguided and why we found ourselves at odds in the past. You don't really have a clear goal, even, do you?
I would say our goal is pretty clear at this moment.
Okay, so you might have a goal, something like just gotta kill those bad guys, stop them from doing their plans. Something as basic as that, some general motion, some direction you're fighting for.
One thing my mother also told me was she isn't stupid.
That's good advice for staying alive in the slums, Xerox. It's not as great when you're trying to preserve life in the world. When you're trying to fight against the evil that is invading our world, that seeks to destroy you and all your kind. We know how to do that. You all, kicking around in the darkness, stirring up the gods only know what, ancient evils, without having any idea what you're doing. Maybe it's time the children stop playing and come to the table with the adults in the room.
If you'd like to meet, you can be more than welcoming anytime you want to show up.
Oh, I know the connection we have. That is an option. Anytime I want to show up. And when I do, it can be to talk, or it can be to wait until you're asleep, and I cut your fucking throat. Or better yet, I have my brother do that. It's kind of his thing. Or we can have a conversation. And if you and your friends actually care about the survival of your people, you might want to listen.
As I said, you're welcome to make your pitch anytime. You know where we are.
Yeah. You do. Well, how about after you see some more things you can't understand in that mountain ahead? Maybe we'll chat after that. Maybe it will make you realize how little you all know, really what you're up against, and how pathetic your chances of success are.
I think you underestimate us. You may not underestimate me, but you do underestimate my friends.
Well, I wouldn't underestimate you, Xerox, after all. You're a family. And I know the strength of the blood that runs in your veins. Some of your companions I'm not so sure about, but I think there's some worth in you. I think that you can be a genuine help. what we're going to do. And if you want to fight evil, if that's what you want to do, we'll give you the opportunity. Strike at your true enemy. She says that. You see her just disappear in a shadow, as if like a bright light washed through the room, and she's gone.
Xerox would be very concerned and she would make her way she would make her way to the Zero, wherever she can find him. And she would ask for an audience and relay all this.
I can come agree with this.
And she would also say, I think she would ask, mostly because she wants to know, given the breadth of Zero's experience, so she know that everyone is a beautiful Hewitt. Possibly connected to the blood goals.
Hewitt?
But she would keep back that she thinks Sue might be blood related to the.
You don't share with Zero the.
You mentioned the visitor.
I can't really share the story. This is the whole thing, so no. She's kind of an open book, so she would just be, yeah.
Don't share at all?
Yeah. Xerox wishes the Nibbles were here.
The who were here? Nibbles.
Nibbles is always just a phone call away. He knows how to get back.
And just kind of generally just like, I believe in our mission, but I am shaken. I fear that our connections, even though I don't know if they are, may compromise us. Yeah.
Shippy. Did you notice anyone else come on board recently?
Hi there. It looks like it's about time to end the session.
Oh, Shippy, you know us so well.
Good. Wow.
Damn you, Mark.
Hanging on that for so long.
Wow.
So many questions.
Twist.
Was it just an illusion? Or was it real?
Because if we just
Should have been an actress.
there's really no escape from reality.